What's up guys, Charles from TreeTanksDev, and before some of you get impatient, let's get straight to the tutorial. Open up your Final Cut Pro, drag all your photos onto your timeline, press Shift plus Z to get all your files in view, then press Command A to select all your photos, and then you press Control plus D, then hit the number 1 button and the enter button to get all your files duration into 1 second. Next up, right click and select New Compound Clip to make all your photos into a single file. These 2 steps afterwards are actually optional. If you want to get the letterbox effect and color grade your video, you can do so by following the steps. So basically that's it.
In this video, we're going to do a motion lapse on the Panasonic G9 and the Sony a6500. So we're going to do a comparison, so let's get to the video. This is the camera setup. I'm doing the motion lapse. Edward on his Canon EOS RP is on a time-lapse kind of feature, and we are recording the expressway. So very nice location that Edward found. So right now I'm using firstly my $1,000 lens. You can't see it right now, but I'm using the Panasonic Lumix f4 ultra wide angle lens. This is a 7 to 14 millimeter lens. Supposedly it's really sharp. So I got my settings here, and as well as on my motion lapse. So interval 2, content duration, frame rate, and we'll probably take 240 photographs in 8 minutes. We're trying to do a long exposure kind of motion lapse, so we're gonna set it up now. I got my f4 ISO 800 because there's quite a lot of light, and our speed is 2 seconds, right? Yes. 2 seconds. So we're gonna try it out now. Shooting in JPEG at 16:9, and currently I'm in autofocus continuous. So right now you can see how close that is. I'm using an ultra wide angle lens, 7 millimeters, which is a 14 millimeter full frame equivalent. So we're gonna start it now, and yeah, let's see if it manages to take the photographs. I put the autofocus point on the tree, so that should work. So far it looks pretty alright, and we are going to come back in 8 minutes and see how it looks. Yep, so autofocus continuous, but I set the point of the focus point on the trees, which will move once the camera moves, so it will probably need to be adjusted a bit. Okay, so that's complete, and then we're going to review the photos. It's a bit overexposed, but we can adjust it in Final Cut Pro. Looks really nice. So 2 seconds looks pretty good. Right now we're going to try out the same thing again in the manual focus mode. Okay, so right now I've on the same settings on the Ronin app, but I swapped it to manual focus so that I won't have to switch the point when it moves over to the right. I'm going to adjust the focus wheel, and I've reduced the ISO down to 400 because just now it was a little bit overexposed. You can see that I'm playing around with the focus wheel. It's a bit dark. The bluer the lines are, the more in focus it is. So that should be good. So we're going to test it out right now in manual focus mode on the same settings, but we just reduced the ISO down to 400. So we're going to change it to 3 seconds just to do a basically a comparison with 2 second interval, but this time around ISO 400 manual focus. So let's test it out. It's going to take about 12 minutes. Alright, so we're done on the Panasonic G9 MotionLapse manual focus, and interval of 3 seconds. So we're gonna check out how it looks like. Cool, it looks slightly more neutral, I guess. So we're gonna go back and then we're gonna put it into Final Cut Pro and piece it together and see how it looks like. So yep, that was it. That's the MotionLapse on the Panasonic G9. Okay, so right now we are on the Sony a6500 with the Sigma 16mm f1.4 lens, and we're gonna do a motion lapse on the expressway, same as the Panasonic G9, and we are in shutter speed mode, and we're shooting at 2 seconds, f6.3 and ISO 800, and right now we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna change it to 2 seconds. We're gonna change it to 2 seconds, and then we're gonna set the starting point. Set up 2-second interval, content duration 10, and let's go. It's a bit slower to process than the Panasonic G9.
2 second exposure,
Same? It's not so
2 second and here 2 second.
double the 2 seconds. So we're gonna leave it for a while, and then we'll come back and see whether or not it turns out better than the Panasonic G9. Okay, so now it's done, and we're just gonna preview whether or not. Yeah, but I can see bright, dim, bright, dim, bright, dim, right? And quite blur also, Okay, so we are back. Just did the settings. We're shooting at f4.5, ISO 800, and shutter speed 2 seconds, and the interval we're gonna change it to 3 seconds interval. Should work. We're also in manual focus mode, so we're gonna shift it higher a bit because right now there are some clouds. I'm gonna shift point of view as well, slightly higher. So it's pretty strange. Normally the A6500 performs really well in low light. On the Panasonic, you can see it just now at 2 seconds. It wasn't as grainy as it is on the Panasonic, which is using an f1.4 lens, so it's a bit strange. But we're gonna try it out anyways. The Panasonic was using an f4 lens, and things seem really nice. But on the Sony, you can see that it's really grainy for an f1.4, and Sony supposedly being better in low light conditions. So we're gonna press this and test it out anyway. So right now we're in 3 second interval, a manual focus. So let's come back after 12 minutes and see how things turn out. Okay, so right now we're done on the Sony a6500 in manual mode at interval 3, so we're gonna check out how it looks like.